Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails to Azure Part 72. In the previous video we made it to the top of Orkios Tower and we fought Dieter Krois as he embodied the White Aeon. We eventually won, and then we learned Dieter Krois is not the, he's a bad man, but he's not the true mastermind. Grimwood showed up, revealed himself to be the true mastermind, as we kind of already suspected based on some of the hints the game has given us. And then a big tree popped up, and I realized that there is a there's a Trails 0% chance that I'm ever going to beat this game today. So, you know, that's fun. No, we're not kidding. You thought you were almost done with this game? You fool!
Taiju.
素晴らしい。まさに得意点の産物。かの潮の杭をはるかに超える予定外の奇跡というべきか。
I get your references, old man.
待ってくれ。あの巨大な木がゼロの手法の完成決定。
キーヤちゃんはあの子は一体どこに何を言っているのかしら。キーヤさんならほらそこからも見えているでしょ。
Yeah, but we can't hug a tree. I mean, we can, but you know, it won't feel as good.
あの青の大樹こそキーヤさんそのものですわ。
彼女の心と体が失われたというわけではない。そのあたりは安心するがいい。
だがこれより彼女は全ての調停者となる。彼女にとっても君たちにとっても悪い結果にはならないはずだ。
It's not a grim result, it's a Grimwood result.
できれば見守ってあげてほしい。
I'm sorry.
一体何を。
わけわからなさすぎだぜ。
本当そうだよね。
Yeah, the deeds don't matter. You're all getting your ass beat, regardless. It doesn't matter what you people say. Tonfa, 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 and Tonfa. That's all of your fates.
でも楽しければそれでいいんじゃない？ね、リーシャ。
まあ邪魔するつもりなら遠慮なく相手をしてやろう。
You know, thinking back, we really should have had Dudley here. I really only had Riksha in the party because I assumed we were gonna eventually. I thought this was the final dungeon, and that we were gonna, you know, kind of fight each one of these characters as we ascended the tower. Once we realized that wasn't the case, I definitely should have gone and got Dudley because I feel like he probably has some good dialogue here.
これも契約のうちだからな。こいつらの企みは知ったこっちゃないが。 来るんなら今度こそ徹底的に潰してやるぜ。なあ、ワジ。
バルド。
それでは皆さんごきげんよう。それとお父さんも今までお世話になりましたわ。単純でロマンチストで愚かしくはありましたけれど。
I mean, how could you look at this lady's face and just think that she's evil? I mean, come on, she just looks so innocuous and...
私、お父様のことが決して嫌いではありませんでした。
Damn, man, on second thought, blowing up my own bank maybe wasn't a good idea.
役目がなければ私も最後まで付き合うんだが、まあせいぜい遠くの地で続報を聞かせてもらうとしよう。
I really like that reporter Grace. She really tells it like it is.
Ha それでは失礼するよ。無駄だとは思うが、せいぜいあがいてみたまえ。有意義なデータを残してもらう意味でも。
We already gave you some pretty useful data if you've been paying attention and you watched when we kicked Aryan Road's ass. Wasn't even close. I was never scared.
引っかき回すだけ引っかき回してとんずらかよ。
皆さん無事ですか？
二人とも。
今のは一体。
Yeah, Grimwood's evil. I don't know, you may be his friend.
それにあの巨大な木のようなものは何だ？
それが
Yeah, because the very first time we meet Dudley, right, is when we go to meet Grimwood in chapter 1. So they definitely were, you know, at least somewhat close.
なんと言ったらいいか。
どうやらまだ終わりじゃないみたいだな。
Yeah.
課長。
下の方は大丈夫なんすか？
ああ、魔導兵どもが消えたんで、無事タワーに乗り込めた。
One thing I will say is that while I really did want to beat the game today, I do really like how long the final chapter is. Like, I like that it's really taking its time with the climax.
しかし、
It kind of reminds me in a lot of ways to Trails 2, which I felt like kind of had like, there was like several different times in Trails 2 where I was like, I feel like we're kind of near the end of the game, and it just kept going and going and got better and better, and I feel like Azure is doing that as well.
一体何がどうなってやがる。
はい。
それが。
Lloyd and the others outlined the events that had just transpired.
そんなことって。
まさかイアン先生が黒幕の一人だったとは。
なるほどな。政財界に国際情勢、警察にギルド、さまざまな裏事情にも通じている人物か。あの先生がその気になれば確かに全てを段取れただろう。問題は動機だが、今はそれどころじゃなさそうだ。
At least we do have a firm manual for figuring out who's evil in these games. If someone has a portrait and they don't immediately seem like they deserve to have a portrait or do something cool within the next, like, you know, couple hours of them being introduced, they're fucking evil. It's like a 100% hit rate.
はい。
It would have worked for, I almost said Yakum in the first game. Wiseman in the first game, you know, when he was Professor Alba, I think was his name. Back then, like, should have known he was up to no good. That introduced the trope. Yakum shows up, he's got a portrait, don't know why, evil. Grimwood shows up, never really knew why he had a portrait, turned out fucking evil.
ワジ、メルカバを呼んでもらえるか。
そう言うと思ったよ。
行くのか？
ええ。もはや警察の仕事とは
Same
言え
for
ないかも
Rin
しれません。
in Trails 2. You know, she shows up, we're like, wonder why this little girl's got a portrait. Turns out, I mean, she's not really evil, but, you know, for the sake of the joke, fucking evil.
ですが、キーヤと全ての真実があそこで待っている以上、俺には放っておきません。
私もです。ベルを止めないと。まあ、ここまで来たら一連卓勝は当然かと。
おじきたちも手ぐすね引いて待ってるみてえだしな。
私も付き合わせてもらいます。
まあ、メルカバを提供するんだし、僕も付き合わせてもらうよ。
You know, I do remember saying that we were probably gonna have to be airlifted off of the tower.
バルドとの決着もつける必要がありそうだしね。
私も彼女と決着をつける必要があります。私自身のけじめのためにも。
マクレインとイアン先生の両名については詳しい事情聴取の必要もあります。
I'm sorry, Dudley. I don't think I can use you in the Arios fight. Riksha, we could maybe slot in Riksha to fill. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could fill support roles, basically what Wazi does. Well, Riksha would be hard because her ordnance are all kinds of fucked up. Same with Dudley's.
私も同行するつもりです。
Because I don't know if it's going to be like, you know, in Trails 2 when you fight the various enforcers, if you use the specific party member with them, you get a different, like, scenes and dialogue. I assume it'll probably work like that in this too. So I would want to use, you know, Dudley for Arios, Riksha for Shirley. I will use Wazi for Wald because Wazi's a main party member, but you know, he's part of our main squad regardless.
Daitouryou の身柄も含めて市内とタワーの方は任せておけ。お前たちはお前たちで納得できるまでやってこい。特務支援課として何よりもお前たち自身として。
はい。
Von Karmic Retribution. Oh, we get the emblem quartz, dude. Got bonus DP for that? What do we do? Oh, maybe because we found all the hints that Grimwood is the bad guy? Got bonus CP for liberating Crossbell City. Wait, was that the... I don't know. He didn't really have any like boss fights or anything to have like, you know, beaten on the first try or any dialogue options.
しかしまあ、とんでもねえのが現れたよな。
本当にあれ、キーヤちゃんが出現させたんですか？ええ、間違いなさそうです。
青の大樹、人による司法の完成形か。よもや人の子らの妄執がここまでしてのけるとは。
So Zaid, if we had summoned you while inside the tower, how does that work, buddy?
あの大樹がどんな力を持っているのか。
Does it just like run up the side of the tower to jump in or something and get himself into the secret chamber to help us out?
ただあの青い光からは尋常ならざるものを感じる。必要の力のすべて、特に幻、時、空を合わせ持つというべきか。
And that power would never be used in a way that might, you know, badly affect other people or adversely affect.
もともとゼロの司法は幻の司法を再現するために黒井助の手で創造された。その過程で時と空まで合わせ持ったということかしら。
正直私にもどこまでのことができるのか剣というよりできないことはないと言ってもいいのかもしれん。
Can it resist a friendship speech from Lloyd? I don't think so.
なんとまあ。
I think as soon as Lloyd starts talking, he gets the serious voice going on, it's over. Things crumbling down. Kia's coming back to us.
エイドスに匹敵する力か。
I think even just saying that means you can get smited.
いずれにしても俺たちのやることは変わらない。アリオスさん、マリアベルさん、イアン先生たち、彼らの真意を確かめつつ、この手でキーヤを取り戻すだけだ。
ええ、はい。いやー、なんていうかマジで武者震いしてきたわね。
You do realize the world might be destroyed if we mess up.
グレイスどうしてお前がここにいる？マクダエル議長と一緒に船を降りたのではなかったのか？
Nah, dude, this shit's cool as hell. I'm staying.
うっさいわね。私の勝手でしょ。
Dude, Grace is awesome.
それにクロスベル市民だって今回の顛末は知りたがるはずよ。まあそのあたりのフォローは任せなさいって。いまいち不安ですが。
いずれにせよ乗り込む前に準備はしといた方が良さそうだな。
そうですね。何が待ち受けているか分かりませんし。
各地の戦闘も終わったし、今ならクロスベルのどこにでもメルカバで降りられるだろう。必要だったら指示するといい。
You thought you were done talking to NPCs? You fool!
ああ、わかった。
I mean, I'm glad it gives us the option. Yo, that's, I mean, we can go wherever we want. Wherever we want? Oh my god. I'm overwhelmed by the options. Well, that does mean there's a 0% chance I'm going to be able to finish this game today, because I mean, hell, even just talking to everyone around Crossbill will probably take an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to pause this video here, and I'm going to come back next time I get to record, which probably won't be for at least a couple days, maybe even longer. And I need to record some other series so that those don't completely go without videos over the next few days. But yeah, I will, you know, a little sad because I definitely thought we were in a position to beat the game. The game, it baited and switched me pretty dang well. I gotta respect you. I gotta respect you. You hit me with the Randy Bond scene at the start of the recording session. I was like, oh, we're almost done. There's no way we're not about to win. Incorrect. You thought Crossbill was the end? Fool. There are new monsters. A dangerous monster. The Akamana. I mean, we could fight one of... you know, let's fight one of these real quick. Just for, the Ancient Battlefield? Dark Legend? I mean, come on, that's a cool name, man. I gotta fight something called the Dark Legend. I'm not no freaking coward. I'm gonna cower away from someone called the Dark Legend. Send it. Okay, where are you at, buddy? I mean, I really should stop, but I don't know. We'll fight at least one of these on screen, see if they're hard or not. The others, I will fight off screen. I really expect you to be like right here. Maybe you're off to the side. Any monsters? What do you mean party formation disrupted? Oh, she looks cool with her little, like, not being in yin form anymore. I don't think we've actually seen her ult since her true form. I do like that little flash portrait of her though. Oh, if you freaking got... Everybody's burning, dude. Any monsters over here? Ah, you are actually over here. Probably want to heal up would be my guess. How do I heal in this game? Also, one thing I do want to talk about, I didn't really get a chance to in the previous video, but considering right after we defeated Dieter, you know, the bad guy showed up to say, haha, the game isn't even close to over yet, you fool. But I thought the Dieter boss fight was, I mean, it was a little... Like, I mean, I think it's... Of course, it's going to seem a little easy compared to some of the other, like, you know, the optional fights that we've won. But I thought that was, like, a very well-designed fight. Like, actually giving him some way to, like, I thought it was interesting that he has a counter to... What do you call it? I mean, probably non-elemental's better here, but we'll try the Ragnadorian. Like, giving him some way to counter Craft Guard is nice, with, like, the way he can dispel debuffs. You're just a piece of shit, you know that? And I do also like that, like, if it was just that all of his attacks, like, dispelled Craft Guard, that would, like, debuff or buffs, that would be annoying. But the fact that you can play around it with, evasion is kind of cool. Please, dear God, cast the spell. Why are you golden haloing? I guess I thought it would work. Okay, Teotot, my girl, could you please be persuaded to cast your spell? Maybe we should give you cast after all. Wait, do you have cast? Okay. I mean, honestly, I'll probably... You know what? Can you Aqua Mirage in time? Okay, you did guard against it. Analyze just for the sake of it. Okay, you're weak to Earth. The day I use an Earth spell is the day... Well... it's the day we're truly lost. Okay, so these fights aren't that bad. It's actually, like, kind of better to just have all the damage pop up at once like that. It's like, more satisfying. Yo, we're level 99, dude. We've hit max level. I mean, not really, but... A gold gem? You know, that should have been my other hint that we weren't at the end of the game, because we haven't gotten all the gems yet, dude. That's probably EP cut? Yeah. Honestly, it'd be pretty good for you, because that would give us the extra mirage we need. And I could get rid of, but you don't have a cast or a time, that's the thing. You have this stupid thing. But if we give you cast, and that would let you keep the super wind spell? Correct? Yes. Now, has this almost leveled up? This is about to level up. Once this levels up, I'll feel okay switching back Tio to water. Granted, I don't know, Wazi being water is so good. I don't know. I mean, I feel kind of bad, like, getting, you know, one of the tier 3 master quartz and then just not using it. It is good, though. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Didn't we get that emblem thing just a second ago? Is that any good? Not really? What is party max advantage? I guess it's just like a better version of getting a surprise attack. Stats aren't very good. The master art. Lloyd can't afford to use master arts. He's like our main DPS. He and Tio are really our... Yeah, I still think our force is the best. Like, just the raw strength. And Rune of Victory just seems to be by far the best master art. Well, Rune of Providence is very good too. I just don't really want to use it unless I feel like I have to, just because, like, just Tio ult alone already feels kind of overpowered. The only reason I use it is because some of these fights, I mean, you have to use some sort of craft guard. Whether it be the actual spell or something like that. Like, you know, a fight like Aryan Road, for example. Like, I don't think there's any way to beat it without using craft guard. Just because she ults so frequently. Because even, like, even proxy puppets wouldn't cut it. Just because she does it more than twice. And I don't think... I mean, there's, like, a way... Maybe if you had, like, the best defensive equipment, like, if you had, like, these on Randy with, like, a defense quartz and stuff and no attack, then maybe he could live through her ult. I don't know, but... It seems like that's one of those fights where, like, you pretty much have to use that mechanic, but otherwise... I try and avoid it. Just because I feel like it makes the game a little too easy. And the game's already a little too easy. But I think we'll stop here for now. And then I'll come back in a few days and maybe finish our Trails of Azure journey. Game's been I mean, I knew the game was long, but it's been a decent bit longer than I expected. The playtime isn't really completely indicative because of, you know, the fast forward does speed things up, and I do leave the game running for a little bit. Not a ton, because when you're alt-tabbed, it doesn't run up the clock, but there are times where I just, like, leave the game running like this. Like, I get up and walk away for a while. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now. I'm looking forward to coming back, and just a few seconds for you, but, you know, several days for me. I'll probably do the monster fights off screen, and I'll save any talking for on screen, but we'll probably go ahead and do the those monster extermination requests. But yeah, I'm Extra Cheesy 87, and this is not the end of the video, dummy. See you in a second. Hello, everyone. We're back, actually. This is not a new video. I just remembered. This is part 2 of 72, maybe? It's been a few days. It hasn't been quite as long as I thought it might be in terms of having to take a break from recording. I don't quite have enough time to beat the game today, but we can get pretty dang close. I've got a few hours carved out to let us basically probably all we'll be able to do is talk to every person on the planet, because it seems like we can go wherever the hell we want and talk to whoever the hell we want. I did a few things off screen, like in terms of gameplay stuff. I think I just made food. I think we have more noodles and what are the foods? Is that oh yeah, it's in tools. Yes, everyone knows the famous tool, rapid fries. We made more noodles, well, the good noodles, I don't know where they are, and we made some, of the art boosting stuff. Midnight Delight? Yeah, that's it. And then I went back and rewatched all the bonding scenes, or I shouldn't say rewatched, I watched all the bonding scenes that we missed. So, Noelle, Tio, Riksha, and Ellie. Thankfully, I was actually able to find some that were using the Geofront, like, edited translation, which was nice, because the first video I saw, it was of Ellie's, and it was of the old translation, and oh, I'm very glad I waited, or not really old translation, because this is still based on that translation, it's just an edited version of it, but I'm very glad I waited for the Geofront release, because it's kind of rough. Like, I mean, you get the gist of what they're saying, but you miss a lot of the poetic nature of the dialogue, I guess. Maybe that's not the right way to phrase it. In terms of ranking, Riksha's is the best of the ones that we missed. Randy's is the best overall, because he's my boy and I love him. And then Riksha, then Wazi, then Noelle, then Tio, then Ellie. I'll maybe talk about them more like in depth if we get into like combat and stuff, but for now, let's just try and talk to people for a while. I also did the remaining monster quests off screen. None of them were interesting at all. They were all very easy. Oh, and one other thing. Promise, it's the last thing. I did try and, like, I reloaded a save because I'm still surprised we didn't get Tio's Bond event. Because we did several events. We actually probably did more stuff with Tio than we did with Wazi. So I don't know why we got Wazi's and we didn't get Tio's, but we didn't for some reason. I think it was probably because we didn't do combo crafts with her. Well, that's what I thought, because I know we used it. I was told the way it works is that you have to use the combo craft like X number of times before the intermission and X number of times after. So I reloaded right before the Aryan Road fight and did some combo crafts with Tio and then rebeat Aryan Road, who, by the way, downgraded to joke ball status. She's a joke. I was like, I beat her on that second attempt, half paying attention while watching something on the second monitor in like 10 minutes. Like, once you know all she can do is ult you, she's so easy. I can't believe I was ever worried. I didn't even have to use burst, and I beat her faster somehow. I have no clue how, because as for mentioned, I was not paying attention, but we did that. Still didn't unlock Tio's scene, so I guess we were just like barely short of not getting her bond thingy. Never thought I'd see the day a great tree would spring up out of the wetlands. It's even taller than Orkios Tower. I bet you can see it from the Empire and the Republic. And again, the entire continent already had its eyes on Crossbell, Azure tree or no. I wasn't going to miss the opportunity to cover this, that's why I'll risk my life tagging along with you guys. Also, I think I was told that maybe one of the events we did with Tio doesn't actually provide points, like the pageant. Maybe doesn't count, like, whoever you pick. Which, I mean, I guess kind of makes sense since you can't pick certain people. You can only pick among, you know, Tio, Noelle, and Ellie. I probably should have returned to my base in the Geofront. What's going on here is just too interesting, though. Since I'm already here, I'm going to stick with you to the end. You better be grateful. Got that? Yeah, whatever. I can sense a presence akin to Kia's from that tree. Mariabell said the tree itself is Kia, correct? I still don't know what to make of it. What is Mariabell trying to achieve, making something like that appear? I don't know. It's not good, and we're going to whack her in the face. The prospect of flying to that enormous tree is kind of scary, I'll admit. Still, I'm a police officer too. Times like these when we have to show our courage. Isn't that right? I'm just as ready as you are, Lloyd. Well, maybe not just as ready. As far as the church is concerned, there is no record of anything like the Azure tree. There's no telling what may happen should we enter it. Alternatively, we could visit other locations than Crossbow at the moment. If there is other business you need to take care of, perhaps that should take precedence. I mean, there's not really. I just want to talk to everyone as a final send-off. Hopefully final send-off. JK, you thought the game was going to end again, you fool. Secret third ending activate. Or I guess the secret third ending sequence activate. Now that this great tree has appeared, even Arteria is in uproar over it. What we are witnessing is an unexpected miracle never written about in the Church's testaments. Just the same as the salt pail that struck Northumbria, it's only natural our leadership would be cautious. As long as Kia is in there, we can't relax. I'll take full responsibility for everything we do from here on out. Let all of us know when you're ready to head to the tree. Never. I'm never going. I don't want to say goodbye yet. Before heading inside the Great Tree, you might want to stock up. There's a limit to what we can provide here, though, and yes, I will be charging you. It could be a good idea to visit all the faculties and facilities and say hello to your allies around Crossbell. Maybe say what's to happen next. Make sure you head in there without any regrets. You sell anything new? No? Okay. Why are you talking to me? I cannot tell you whether you have any hope of affecting the Great Tree that has spawned. Well, I mean, it'd be pretty anticlimactic if we didn't. It wouldn't be appropriate to think of it as it would be appropriate to think of its power as rivaling that of the goddess herself. Man, the more I hear about this Adios lady, I'm not too impressed, if I'm being honest. Oh, she's as strong as like a big tree. Wow, oh, so cool. Never did I imagine that the delusions of man would be deeply rooted enough to sprout such a thing. I mean, I guess she's real. Like, I mean, Zeit, you know, I guess the existence of Zeit and the dragon must mean that Adios is actually like a real godly being. She just like doesn't do anything. I've already decided to go to that tree. She and I have a score to settle. My mind is made up. Please give the order to depart once preparations are finished. Anxious to fulfill her promise to herself, Arkansas and the city are free again. Before we go to the tree, maybe she can finally be convinced to visit Ilya at St. Ursula. Yeah, we might do that. That might be our first plan, first place to pop by since we still have reached on the party. I wonder if Belle plans on discarding our father from the very beginning. And to think that Mr. Grimwood was the mastermind behind their plan. I'm sorry. I know dwelling on it won't do me any good. I need a moment to gather my thoughts and composure. Anyway, we have no choice to keep moving forward. The Azure tree is waiting. Something I want to tell you, Bannings. You've grown a lot this year. What was that? It's more apparent now that I've been watching your team closely for a little while. Your deductive and investigative skills are sound. You're not the fresh-faced rookie you used to be. Yeah, we figured out who Grimwood was and everything, which is actually pretty cool. I'll maybe talk about that in a little bit, but you've still got a way to go until you reach the level of Guy and McLean. Shut up. We're at when they were on the force, but you're on the right path. Dude, McLean is getting his ass beat. Having you trained with the first division was the right decision. Where's all this coming from all of a sudden? I wasn't done yet. Be quiet and listen. Yes, sir. Though I did use Guy and McLean for reference, I won't tell you to be the same kind of detective they were. You have your strengths. Groom them and you'll become an excellent detective in your own right one day. I hope you'll take this to heart and continue working to that end. What? Why are you looking at me like that? It's nothing. I'm just surprised is all. It's not like you to dole out compliments, Dudley. Granted, what happens to the defense force depends on how things unfold, but the CBD still exists and will continue to. When all is said and done, I'm sure there'll be a place for you on the force. Simply consider this talk as me doing my duties as senior detective of the 1st Division, nothing more. So that's how it is. Thank you, Dudley. Truly. I continue to work hard and live up to your expectations. Don't put words in my mouth, Bannings. Everything I just said is simply based on my objective analysis of what you've accomplished up to this point. More importantly, unless this current matter is resolved and the truth is brought to light, there won't be a future for either of us. Are you ever going to learn to be honest with yourself? Wipe that grin off your face, Bannings. Sorry. Oh, we got, we've bonded with Dudley. Okay. Detective Brudley. How have we bond? I guess we have talked to him, like, in some of his scenes, I guess. Maybe those give points. Oh, so do we actually have the minor bond events available? I've been told that some of the side characters, like Ilya and Sully, have those, but I just assumed we missed them all. But yeah, I guess they're available now. I was, like, kind of disappointed, too. Because I feel like Sully, if nothing else, we definitely should have gotten, since we did, like, multiple things with her in, what you call it? Michelin Wonderland? Darius gone. The command of the CDF has been fully transferred to Commander Balaz. Her forces will have their hands full, quelling the civil unrest caused by the appearance of the Azure tree. I'm tempted to be on the ground with them to help, but now the situation is under control with the commander at the helm. Let's continue onward. We have our own objective to fill. I mean, you can leave, Noel. I mean, if you want to. I'm not going to be using you. Well, actually, yeah, no. We won't even slot Noel in for, like, a thematic boss fight. Like, if we get the chance, I would like to use, like, say, Dudley for Arios, Riksha for Shirley. I guess those are the main two. Who cares what that huge tree is? It's tiny to us, right, Lloyd? As long as we remember that we're fighting for Keto, we'll be good. We had time to sit around and think about it. We may as well start our infiltration. Come on, Randy, you know we like to talk to people. Anything new? No? We report everything? We have reported everything. Yeah, I guess we'll go by the hospital. What was I gonna say? It was something I wanted to talk about real quick, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, the whole thing with like the Grimwood, being able to figure that out through the game mechanics is very neat. I quite like that. And thanks for everyone who mentioned, you know, doing the Nielsen stuff. That did pay off at the end. I was a little like, well, the first two interviews are kind of like whatever, but the one with Guy, it's kind of like, okay, I see the point in this, and then it ended up being important too for the little scene with Grimwood. Where are we going? Yeah, St. Ursula. But it's definitely kind of neat to have that be something you can actually figure out, like, via the game mechanics, and it acknowledges it, like, in story, as opposed to it just being a twist that, like, the player kind of figures out, and the characters themselves are kept in the dark. What in the world is that tree, and how is it emitting that bluish light? Just sprung up out of nowhere. This is completely absurd. I just knocked right up, Mike. I'll do what I can to continue protecting the hospital, even if it's straight out of a fairy tale. Come on, Risha. Sorry, everyone. I'll have to excuse myself here. Are you sure, Risha? Still not ready, huh? Wait, Risha. Why not come with us? The least you can do is hear Ilya's voice again. Hear her voice? I understand that you're not ready to face her, and I don't want to until the dust is settled. I get it, and I respect that decision. But would standing outside of Ilya's room and hearing what she has to say when we go visit her go against that? Just pretend you're a silent assassin again. Hey, it didn't sound like a bad idea to me. We've already come so far, so can't you let yourself have this little reward? Yes, and the toughest fight is still to come. It would do you good to hear from the person who's giving you strength and who you're fighting for. I don't see why not. As long as she doesn't see you and you don't speak with her, you wouldn't be going against your vow, is that right? On the other hand, with everything that lies ahead, it can't be denied that this may be your last chance to see her. Wazzy, you're being too aggressive in our social engineering. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do it. If you don't mind, I'll come along with you to visit her and stand outside the room. And then she's going to say something emotional and the Reach is going to bust in. Of course, we don't mind. That's right, let's go see Ilya. Yay. The Defense Forces assigned soldiers to escort ambulances and buses on the highway. We're at capacity with patients in the raid incident, and those who are coming to the hospital now that they're able to. Fortunately, Aeolia from the Bracing Guild came to lend a hand, and I feel like we're safer with her here. So this is where you are, Cecile. Hello, Lloyd. I had come out here to have a look for myself. I had to fulfill my prescription for fishing, as you say. I've never seen anything like it. The sight of it is so completely alien and inexplicable, yet somehow soothing and lovely. It pains me that I can empathize. Belle said that tree itself is Kia. But that way, maybe it's not such a strange feeling after all. Hey, Lloyd. All of you are headed there, aren't you? We are. Somewhere in that tree is where we're going to find Kia and the truce we're fighting for. No matter how dangerous it may be, we cannot turn away now. We have to go. I understand. If I'm being honest with myself, I want to drag you inside with me and keep you away from that kind of danger. 3 years ago, I lost someone I loved very dearly, and I never want to go through that again. Cecile? But if Guy were with us today, I know he'd do the same thing all of you are going to do. He would sprint without a second thought to protect what's important to him, no matter how dangerous it was. You're right, Cecile. So, that's why, if you're going there, then I want to promise you one thing. Promise you're going to come back safely with Kia's smiling face in tow. If you can promise that, then I'll stay here waiting and praying for you all to come home. Cecile? It's a promise. Just wait for us a little bit longer, and we'll all come home. This is going to be our most difficult battle yet, but we will prevail. That's right, nothing is going to stop us from bringing Kia home. We also got to beat some Sins and Arias, too. That's right, it wouldn't be mission complete if we didn't settle everything. Thank you for coming to see me, everyone. I think I can be at ease now. And as a little symbol of our promise, I want you to have this. Hey, you got a thingy. What's this, Cecile? The present Guy gave me when I took my final exam in nursing school. I hold this pendant tightly whenever I feel I needed just a little of Guy's patented strength and courage. It's precious to me, so as part of our promise, I want you to bring that back safely, too. We will. I'll gratefully accept this and return it once everything is settled. Then may the blessing of the goddess be with you, everyone. Is it any good? Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. Auto CP up is so good with all our extra actions. Yeah, I think Lloyd makes the most use of this. He's got the best, like his S break is better than Randy's, so, and he's just got more overall strength to begin with. And I like Randy having the evasion. Oh yeah, also I did turn in some of our Sepith to get Tio still blue. We got rid of the other high level, thing. Oh yeah, can we give this to Wazzy now? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's better than drop rate. Which one is it? Yeah, I'd rather have the extra speed. I don't really care about strength on you, so. Oh guys, there's so many friggin' people, man. Tired of waiting already. Oh, what's up? What's your name? I don't respect weaklings. I'm busy helping escort patients who haven't been able to come to the hospital until now. There's so many people like that in the city, it's gonna take several trips throughout the entire day for them to all make it here. You're really going above and beyond whoever you are, who I don't remember whatsoever. Not at all. Please don't overexert yourself, Aelia. Ah, loving words of concern from my darling Tio. Her reaction's always so blunt and calculating, yet underneath is a caring sweetheart. Oh, Tio. Shut the fuck up, weirdo. I'm beginning to think that she and Chief Roberts would get along well. How old are you, Aelia? Oh, you're banned, okay? I got my eye on you. You're probably older than Lloyd, so it's even creepier. I'm already anti-Lloyd and Tio romance, which and on one hand I am kind of glad that we didn't get the event because it's not as direct as like the Ellie one is like full on, you know, oh I love you type stuff, whereas Tio I think does like make Lloyd promise to marry her basically. Just big weird energy, not gonna lie. Before President Croyce's arrest, no one was allowed to come to the hospital for anything that wasn't urgent care. How can it be so considerate to a parent to any illness or injury a child suffers is urgent? Like, I think it ends... I saw him this morning, you'd think I'd remember it better. Like, Tio basically makes Lloyd promise to go meet her parents, and Lloyd wonders how he's going to explain this to her parents. I'm like, I feel like Lloyd's just going to get fucking bashed in the head by the parents for being a creeper. My mother's being discharged, so I'm here to pick her up. She's been stuck at the hospital all this time, so I can't wait to get her home where she belongs. I mean, granted, that's all, like, non-canon. We're, best friends with Randy, and that's all we have to worry about. We're swamped with patients right now, but it's not going to slow me down. We got a long way to go, but one day I'm going to be just as capable as Dr. Sealand is. Well, I mean, maybe. Some of the patients' conditions have been worsening due to stress over what's happening in the state right now. Psychology is a tad outside the realm of what we handle at St. Ursula, but I'd like to at least provide those patients with a little peace of mind. Heard that Shizuku's eyesight is recovered. As her former doctor, I should be ecstatic for her, but I can't help but have mixed feelings. Given what we witnessed the last several weeks, I can only imagine her recovery is also tied to her some sort of miraculous power. As a medical practitioner, it's very vexing to feel so powerless in comparison. My apologies, forget I said anything. It's unbecoming of a doctor to be so despondent. That Shizuku MacLane's eyesight recovered at all is something worth celebrating. I should be wishing her well. That tree that appeared in the wetlands is unlike anything I've ever seen or read about. How and why did something like that appear there of all places? It shouldn't be scientifically possible. The chief has been her usual lackadaisical self, but she's been wide awake ever since that tree appeared. When she's this energetic, she usually works for 3 days and nights straight, so I'm going to have some work cut out for me to keep up. Anything else? I mean, there's all these freaking people. Well, do y'all say anything? Good to have patients in. I guess that does make sense. They're so busy since a lot of normal people haven't been able to come. Is the medicine bitter? I don't want it. It's bitter as hell, son. You're gonna nut up and take it. How can you be so inconsiderate to a parent? Any illness or injury a child suffers is urgent. Get her home where she belongs. Finally come to see my friend. It must have been lonely here all these weeks without visitors, so we have a lot of catching up to do. We take our thanks in monetary actually, that's not true. We don't need money anymore, but Anyone in here? How's it going, buddy? I'm so bored. If only the hospital had its own subscription to Hotshot. Wasn't there like a pervy dude here at 1.0? That seems familiar. It would be nice though, had a visitor come to see me, and if they brought a copy of Hotshot with them too. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to do this actually off screen. I was told about something back around this section in the game. If we go to Longlau, there's apparently something. No, don't do it, you fucking piece of shit. I'm so mad. I did save before we reloaded, right? I think I did. We should have an autosave if nothing else. Apparently, it's like over here. There's someone? Something? Tia? Something bothering you? I could send someone in that direction. My apologies, I do not believe it is any cause for concern. Alright. There's a hole leading into the darkness behind the wooden planks leaning against the wall. This looks like it leads somewhere. Could it perhaps be the Geofront? The planks don't seem to be secured to anything. You think whoever you sent earlier wouldn't hear Teotot? I believe so. That is concerning. You want to check it out? I mean, I guess. We should proceed carefully. So the passageway really does connect to the Geofront. I'm guessing this has something to do with Rains, like him disappearing. We'll probably, like, what we'll do is we'll just reload and pretend this, like, we'll have to... I just want to show this off because I'm interested in it, and I meant to do it off screen, but I just remembered. Present that detective has gotten stronger, because, like, I'm not going to redo the entire, like, Orkios Tower stuff again off screen. Down that door, I take it? Yes, there's no doubt. What exactly is this place? A warehouse? Take a look at the door there. There's a window on it. I'm not actually sure what we're dealing with, but there being a window is convenient for us. Let's peek in and assess the situation. Right, that's correct. Yes, Colonel. Colonel? Rains, are you a frickin' spy? I called you what? Oh, sorry about that. Force of habit, Director. Wait, I think I recognize... Oh! It's fucking... It's Richard, dude! He was a colonel, and now he's an intelligence man. Is that Rains, the reporter from the Crossbell Times? What could he be doing here? Ah, that's you, isn't it, SSS? Mind coming inside for a chat? Damn, that was fast. So much for being sneaky. Dude, like, was Rains in the original games, and I just don't remember him? I don't know. I remember there was that one guy that, like, Richard meets with in his side story, but that was like a soldier dude, right? I can't really remember. That's been too long. Never mind that. I think I mean, granted, I don't necessarily know that it's Richard yet, but, like, the colonel plus spy stuff makes it seem like it's him. Never mind that. I think we should stay and listen to what he has to say. Just don't let your guards down. Haha, got it in one. Sorry, I didn't mean to spook you guys. I'm actually surprised to see you here. I was thinking the same about you. You're a Crossbell Times junior reporter, a photographer, Grace's partner, and I think what she's getting at is that that's not all you are. Let's not beat around the bush, buddy. How about you tell us who you really are? You didn't bail the second you noticed us, so I take it you don't have any issues with fessing up, do you? I don't. Running isn't exactly my style. As I'm sure you figured out by now, I work for a private intelligence agency. Yeah, it's gotta be them. Intelligence agency, as in... Also, I think, you know, I mentioned way back in, like, when we first learned about Red Constellation again, in this game, that, like, the names seem familiar. I think, apparently, they're maybe mentioned in the note from Richard's side story. Like, there's something mentioned in this game about a private intelligence agency, and that's supposed to be Richard and Chickadee. Amathal, well, I can't remember her name, I know it started with an A, but intelligence agency, as in, it's a company based in the Liberal Kingdom named RNA Research. Yeah, it's like a Amathala, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what her name was. RNA Research? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. As have I. You have? It's just a recent startup, nothing special. Well, I guess people do know us because director Richard is a little famous. Richard, you couldn't possibly mean the Royal Army's former Colonel Richard, could you? I can't imagine he means anyone else. You know who he's referring to, Ellie, and you too, Dudley? Yes, Alan Richard. He was the commander of Librel's intelligence division and orchestrated the coup d'etat attempt 2 years ago. He's also got a bitchin' ass ult, dude. He was responsible for that coup? Yes, though I heard he later went on to help resolve the Librel incident the following year. Well, I mean, let's not give him too much credit. I mean, like, he was there. He maybe helped out, but he didn't, like, resolve it. I mean, I guess he did say help resolve it, but he played a very minor role in the grand scheme of things. He wasn't, like, the main party. You know, put some respect on Estelle and crew's name. Her Majesty Queen Alicia formally pardoned him after that. Pardoned, so that's what happened. Take it to mean that he put his expertise to work and started this research company afterwards? This guy sounds like a real go-getter. Look who's talking. The SSS's intelligence gathering isn't half bad either, you know? So I guess it should be obvious what I'm doing here and what my position is in this whole mess. Yeah, I can put 2 and 2 together. Why reveal all of this to us, though? Frankly, it's because I wouldn't mind establishing a working relationship with you guys. Could come in handy. Well, I see this little talk would need to happen sooner or later. Oh, but I should let you know that no one at the CNS knows about this, not even Grace. I'd ask you a favor, but I'd really appreciate it if you guys kept this secret to yourselves. From what I've heard, you and the other intelligence officers here are only observing what's happening. As long as you're not causing trouble, you don't have any intention of leaking your secret. Thanks, guys. I was hoping you'd say that. I do have one looming question. Orbital communication has been jammed since that blue mist appeared in the city. How is your communicator able to send and receive signals? Oh, this thing? It's being affected too, but it produces a pretty strong, long-distance signal. With the mist, the furthest it can go is just beyond Crossbell's borders. Luckily, that's all I needed. The director just happened to take a little business trip to Altair recently. Oh. I'm not surprised. His expertise must be invaluable in a situation like this. Ain't it at all, though. That little box you got there looks like it has an encryption built in it, too. That's some military-grade equipment you're sneaking around with, pal. I think it's pretty basic compared to what an army would use. I'll hand it to you knowing your stuff, though. Still, it should be good enough to not be intercepted by the defense force. Being as efficient as it is, it also costs a pretty mirror. I'm not actually sneaking around with it at all. The vice president director would tear me a new one if I broke it. They don't pay me enough to replace one of these, so again, would really appreciate it if you kept this place on the down low. Alrighty, keeping your identity a secret. I think we can handle this one too. You know how it is, gotta cover all your bases, right? Anyway, I think that about wraps up. Sorry for taking your time today. I'm gonna stick around and continue contacting as many people on the outside as this thing can manage. Hope you'll be careful out there, guys. Good luck with your infiltration mission of Orkios Tower. Yeah, wait, I don't remember mentioning that to you. Whatever. We're short on time, so we should get going. Good luck to you too, Reigns. Be careful not to get caught again. I'll try my best. How do you feel about this RNA research? They sound kind of legit, don't you think? Yes, I wouldn't expect anything less from an agency established by Alan Richard. I mean, come on, man. You can't, like... We get to trust Richard because we defeated the space god with him, or whatever the hell you do in Trails 3. Honestly, I don't really remember what happens in that game. It's kind of like all a fever dream, if I'm being completely honest. We can respect him, but you can't. All you know about him is that he committed a coup and then, like, he got pardoned later or something. Fair enough, though I don't think we should be concerning ourselves with him for now. Let's get back to preparing for the infiltration. That's kind of neat. I'm glad I saw that after all. I did save, right? Yeah, we did. What in Adios' name is that giant blue tree to the east? Please save us, Adios. Just when I thought things couldn't get any crazier, that tree suddenly appears. Martha told me to keep my composure for the sake of the patients. I'm trying to, but easier said than done. I don't know if I can keep this together. How can we accept, now that we can accept outpatients again, and we're as busy as we've ever been, I can only imagine all the times people have wanted to visit in the last several weeks but weren't allowed to. I'm not going to let a little rush affect me or my nurses. We can handle it. I've arranged for Mr. Hayworth to bring the supplies we needed. We're prepared to treat as many patients as we need to. I'm not going to let a little rush affect me. Let's go, Siron. We'll split up the patients and take their temperatures in no time. Right behind you, Mafia. You have your thermometer? Right here. That's not a thermometer, Siron. It's not? Silly me, they look so similar that I mixed them up. Their dimensions are completely different, though. How is it possible to get this much wrong? You're going to be the death of me. Note to self, don't get sick in a crossbell. After doing the rounds, I have more surgery scheduled for later. Talk about a busy day. The doctor's work never ends, so we have to be ready to help people whenever, wherever. As doctors, we have a responsibility to help people when they need us. Yeah, you just said that. The doctors seem especially frazzled when doing their rounds. I'm not surprised. There was suddenly a lot of new patients today. I hope the doctors can handle it all. Be able to leave. You want to go home and see your family. Pah. What sentimental nonsense is that? Oh, I want to see my family. I'm tired of being locked in a hospital room. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, you can walk. Howdy, SSS. Good to see you. Good day, everyone. Inspector Donovan. Is that alright for you to be out of bed already? Sure is. Just had my discharge approved a little while ago. Heard all about the operations you got pulled in the city, so I'm ready to get up there and start pulling my weight. Granted, he was really supposed to stay here for longer so they could continue to observe his progress, but Donnie was practically begging to be let go. I said it's fine as long as he doesn't overdo it. But Raymond's going to be stoked to have you back. The inspector back to the 2nd Division is going to be nearly at full strength again. Well, I don't know how helpful I can be while I'm still at 100%, but I'll help him out any way I can. I know you kids have some pretty tough fights ahead of you too, so just take care of yourselves, you hear? We will, Inspector. I'm sure he'll be okay. I'm happy for him. Best of all, I get to see him shred his stuff in those sexy suspenders again. Has the phrase sexy suspenders ever been mentioned or uttered before? I think I'm the first person to have ever said those two words next to each other. Feels so empty with no Shizuku here. There's gonna be like 3 videos of just walking around talking to people. Let's go. I'll wait here while y'all go inside. We know, that's fine. Trust us, we won't let on that you're out there. I was wondering where you all were right now. I can tell things are taking a turn for the worse out there. Just what on earth is that tree that appeared? Yeah, the situation is complicated at the moment. To tell you the truth, we don't have the answers ourselves. As much as we'd like to, we cannot say the hospital is safe either. Please take care of yourself, Ilya. We'd hate for something to happen to you again. Well, also everyone else in the hospital. Don't you worry about me, Ellie. I don't know exactly what's going on out there, but I know you kids are going to pull through this, so as long as you keep fighting, you're going to find those answers you're looking for. So even if I can't stand here right now, I'll still be standing with you in spirit. I won't give up on taking the stage again. We got some butts to kick, boys and girls, so get out there and finish what you started. Thank you, Ilya. Ah, hell yeah, nothing like a pep talk from the fervent dancer to get you raring to go. By the way. Oh. I assumed it was either going to be Ilya says something that causes Riksha to want to come in, or Ilya is just, you know, I mean, she knows. There's a certain someone over there who couldn't stay away because she's so worried, am I right? Ilya, how did you... You could tell? I don't know whoever she is, but she must be a shy little sweetheart. One with an ironically reserved personality for someone with such a perfect body. It doesn't know my ass. So much for not noticing her. Riksha, you're supposed to be a legendary assassin! Well, mystery stranger, I may not know who you are, but you should know that I'm already started my rehabilitation. If you don't keep practicing, I'm going to catch up to you and pass you again in no time. If you don't want to be left behind, you had better settle things quickly so we can finish what we started. Also, please be careful and look after yourself. No matter how strong you are, you're still a young girl. That said, just like our stage, there are some kinds of strength that only a woman can show. As long as you remember that, I'm sure you'll be fine. Ilya? Well, I think I've taken enough of your valuable time for one visit. You guys better be careful too, little guy. You better not make my dear Cecile cry, you know. We won't, Ilya. Wouldn't dream of it. I owe you an apology, Riksha. I never imagined she'd be able to notice you from outside the room. You were trying to conceal your presence with your yin voodoo too, weren't you? How the heck did she notice? Simply put, Ilya's a genius. You probably knew it was me from the sound of my footsteps and the pattern of my breath. After all, matching each other's breathing is something we're used to do when we perform. Still, I am surprised. I didn't expect her to be so sharp anywhere but the stage. She's full of surprises. Ironically, that is exactly what we have come to expect from Ilya. They're pleasant surprises, thankfully. Hearing her like this was just what I needed to strengthen my own resolve. I'm ready to go, everyone. Let's go. We're right there with you, Riksha. Every step of the way. Feel like, can I have something? Hey there, little guy. Oh, okay, we do get something. Hey there, little man. Hey there, little guy. Just the man I wanted to see. Do me a favor and take this. What's this? It's the ornament I was wearing in my hair on the first night I performed as Arkansas's lead artist. I've been holding on to it ever since. It helps me to keep the same resolve I had on that night. You're holding quite the collector's items, you know. On the Orbital Bay, this is gonna sell for... I'll say, there's some nuts that would kill to get their hands on that thing. Ilya, I can't take something like this. Isn't that far too important to you? It's fine. Think of it as a gift for all that you've done for me. I want you to carry on with it as a good luck charm, okay? Alright, thank you, Ilya. I'll cherish it. You're never getting it back. At least Cecile is like, I want this shit back. And, I mean, it's good. I don't know if it's better than anything we have. Is it, I mean, so you get 10 speed, you get 50 arts, but you lose 100 defense and art defense. We don't really use you for offensive damage. Auto CP up is too good on Tio. Especially with all the double moves we get with all the bell stuff, which just makes auto CP up so much better. And it's already pretty good. Trying to think. We're at like, I can't remember how long the first recording was. Or the first part of this video. It was like 25 minutes, I think. So we're at math, like a little over an hour, I think. We'll try and hit up one more place. We'll do all the surrounding stuff of Crossbell first, and then do the city last. I guess we're technically not done here. We still need to go talk to the people in the inn area of the hospital. Ain't that tree something else? You can even make out the fine details of it from here. I hope our little Crossbell is going to be alright when all is said and done. Can you see the tree on the map? No, I guess you don't see the actual, like... You know, the Crossbell map has, like, pictures and stuff, but... Anyone in here? I don't think so. I think it's just the maid lady, right? I'm pretty sure we saw everyone that's in the hospital in the actual hospital. The faculty's morale has been up ever since we started receiving outpatients again. Everyone is going full bore taking care of the new patients, so I'm going to match their pace and go all out at cleaning. Whatever you say, girly. Whatever you say. What is this? Can't tell if that's an animal or a tree. The legendary... I mean, it looks like a bird, but it also... Because, I mean, it also looks like maybe like an alpaca or something. Anyone over here? Nope. You know, they haven't normally let us come in here. Anyone in here? No? Are there any, like, items or anything? Like a recipe book? Oh, speaking of books, I did see the final Sunshine Agus book is for sale in, the trade place. So we missed 7, 8, and 9. But yeah, I mean, we did pretty good at the end. I might just try and do these as like a bonus video or something. Like, just look up the transcript for 6 or 7, 8, and 9, and, or something like that. Or just look up a transcript of the whole thing. I got a call from Mr. Hayworth earlier. He said he'll be stopping by the hospital today. I asked him to bring me a fresh supply of vegetables from Morika to use in some yummy dishes. Having a nutritious meal is the most important thing you can do for yourself. I'm sure this will brighten up the patient's day. Oh yeah, give me like a bunch of these. Okay, maybe not 90. That's maybe a little much. Maybe not. Give me at least like, give me 6. They're very good. After I show you the ropes today, you're going to be the one leading rounds tomorrow. Yes, ma'am. I won't let you down. Eating efficiently is important, Misha, but make sure not to choke on it either. I'm eating. We'll try and hit up one more outer area. Mine should be fairly quick. That should be slightly quicker than Morika, I want to say. Now, I wonder if there's anything at the dungeons as well. Or if it's just like you can go there if you need to fight monsters for your notebook. Would be, I guess, the only, or if you wanted to, like, get items you missed. I can't really think of why. I mean, I can't think of any reason why they would restrict you from going back to the dungeons, but I also can't think of any reason why you'd want to go there, unless it's just for, like, bestiary stuff. Because what is that blue tree in the distance? Mountains is one of the highest places in the state, and it's still taller. It must be pretty crazy. Oh, that also are quartz, right? Maybe that's kind of some of the important stuff in some of the dungeons, right? If there's any memory quartz we missed. I think we've gotten them all. We haven't turned them all in yet, though. We should maybe go see if we can actually do that now. Grandma knows a lot about history, but she said she's never seen anything like it. I feel so nervous. Because we did get one of the memory quartz in the evil Mr. Croyce section of the tower. Or the evil section of the tower. There's a big weird tree that popped up out of nowhere, but Daddy's been smiling since the mine opened back up. If Daddy's happy, I'll be happy too. All the folks at mines are real proud of the mine here. This is that kind of pride is gonna carry us through these rough times. You'll have a similar kind of pride to uphold. Never forget that. Sell anything? No? Could you at least sell me like EP charge 3s? I mean, I don't really need them, but they're okay for TO. Sadly, I'm in the minority. That's a little minor joke for you. The rest of the town has been pushing for it. I wasn't ready to see my husband go back into the mine, but I know he needs to, and I support him. Anyone over here? Oh, what's up? Around when the mine reopened, I had to go exterminate a dangerous monster. It was nothing compared to those magic puppets or cryptid, but hunting monsters is a tough job to do solo. Man, you guys never let up. What did you expect from a brace that used to work in the Empire? You flatter me. Mariabell is currently embroiled in a civil war. I wanted to know that I'm a little worried about how my homeland is doing. But now's not the time for that. There are other problems in front of us to deal with, and if I can't handle them now, then I don't deserve to look back to the past or to the future. Winslow never changes. Yeah, he's not being a dick to us for no reason. I'll wait for the pair at the end to get back to their fighting strength before I ask them to lend a hand. Times are tough, but that's all the more... Oh, pair at the end, eh? Maybe that's something to go check out. Since we can't travel to the city again, I wanted to hurry off and go to the casino right off the bat. Or since we can travel to the city again. But no luck, gotta throw myself into my work today so I can fly by and get to gambling. Alright, let's do this. That's why they call me a rambling gambling man. I talked to the mayor and we agreed to reopen the mine. As a town, mines relies heavily on its mine. I've been away for a while, but I can finally get back to digging. I'll give it everything I've got. Do I need to want to tell you this? You guys don't ever dig. Ever. Like, you guys don't do anything. You just stand around. Like, this man's been looking at these pipes for fucking 8 years. I missed working down here while I was closed, so something didn't feel right. Guess I got mining in my blood after all. I guess. It was probably just that I wasn't getting paid anymore and I was pretty hungry. That's the main reason I went back down to the mine. Okay, we'll go to the inn last then. I already talked to you, didn't we? Never thought I'd see something like this in my lifetime. Snap out of it, Carlos. Now's the time to be getting weak in the knees. On the bright side, the mine is open again and everyone is motivated to work. Mariabell and the former CGF members fought hard for us at the Resistance. They thanked us over and over again before they left town, but we were the ones who owed a debt. This is all over, I'd like to invite them back to mines. The guardsmen who joined the Resistance are now working with the Defense Force. Once President Croyce was arrested, there was no reason to continue fighting. I'm relieved that Mariabell and the others' efforts were worthwhile. I think I saw her when I was walking around the city. I didn't talk to anybody in the city, but she was at Orkio's Tower, I want to say. Well, I talked to Upgrade Man, Customized Guy, and I talked to Old Lady in the shop, and those are the only people I talked to in the city. They didn't really say anything important. Dad and the miners got to go back to the mines today. I kind of actually happy to see them happy. Is that weird? No, not really. Maybe a little. Nah. The younger generation stays strong and grounded, and I'm sure there's hope for the future. Yeah. As soon as they get off their dang Orbital telephones, browsing the Orbital net, and all right, back in my day. I'm relieved that Max is feeling better. Nothing beats seeing the miners working hard for the town. I'm gonna support him and his coworkers as best as I can as a loving life. Also, I can't talk this. I mean, it's not only this morning, it's like mid-afternoon now, but you take a couple days off from recording and you can't talk no more? What am I doing? Oh yeah, the inn. So yeah, well, let's see if we can figure this out. We'll check out the inn and then we'll probably stop here. And then next video, I don't know. It depends on how close we can get. I might try and just make it super long and do all the rest of the talking in the game before Azure Tower in that video. Like, we might go up to like 2 hours or something. We'll see. Gans and Marlowe both looked strangely happy as they were on their way to the mine. I wonder if they're going to throw a party tonight to celebrate the reopening. Geez, what a pain. But considering everything else going on outside of town, it's a relief that some things are still the same. After that commotion in the city, a couple of exhausted bracers and a crying little girl showed up here. I guess they were part of the group that freed Crossbell City. We're glad to host them since they're allies of the Resistance. Yeah, let's go do it. Might be a little awkward, but... I mean, they're probably in the story room, I would guess. Hey, we're not stalking you or nothing. Back to the good old days of stalking Estelle and Joshua. Oh, hey guys. Hello. Estelle and Joshua? You came here after the operation? I heard you guys laid waste to one of those Aeons. Yes, all of you and Potter Mater must make a formidable team. Yeah. Well, it's true that we wouldn't be here if not for his sacrifice. Huh? Come to think of it, where's Rin? Fast asleep? Is that... Did he leave his house? He left his house! Oh my god. He can do that? He's not binded to the land? Meister York! I did not expect you to be here too. Well, I am at their request. Despite the chaos outside, I simply couldn't stay away after Potter Mater's death. That Archism died? Then did he... Yeah, he grabbed that blue Aeon, dragged him up into the clouds with him, and then seismic tossed his ass. He self-destructed. Completely of his own volition. So that's what happened. A machine opted for self-sacrifice to... She's probably been crying for hours, huh? Poor girl must be completely exhausted. Of course she would be. The way she feels is completely understandable. Potter Mater resigned himself to his fate. I cannot help but admire the heart he displayed by choosing to give his own life to protect the girl. As a doll maker, I couldn't be prouder. Meister. You've been getting reports about what's happening. Things have gotten worse, haven't they? Sorry we can't join you right now. We're recovering as quickly as we can. We ain't got no space for you two, I'm sorry. Thanks, you two. Don't worry about it and take all the time you need. Your health should be the top priority. Yeah, you guys can't end up like the kiddo's dolls. Besides, this is something we gotta do to take back our own Keto. Good luck, guys. May the goddess protect you all. Be careful out there. We were told that Professor Novartis has already left Crossbell too. Must be relieved to know that you wanted to deal with the society from here on. I'm not too impressed by them, to be honest. Even I'm not certain what their goal here was, though from the sound of it, their sights are squarely on the Empire. Phantasmal Blaze Plan. What they did in Crossbell may have only been the first domino to tip in a much larger scheme. Hope Oliver and the others are alright. When you say Oliver, you're talking about Prince Oliver, yeah? That's right, we haven't been able to get in contact with him since the Civil War in Erebonia began. As long as Muller's with him, he's probably isn't in any danger, but then again, Oliver's fine, man. He's like one of the strongest characters in the series. At least in a gameplay sense. I think it's natural to be worried given the circumstances. Oh, that's right, you all should have this. Wait, what? What's this? We found it near where Potter Mater passed away. Like it broke off of the Aeon, maybe you can find a good use for it. Isn't this what you used to make like the super weapons or something? I see, well try our best to. You guys better be careful out there. Give him a good fight, but please don't end up like Potter Mater. You got that? Yeah, loud and clear, Estelle. You know, he probably wouldn't be still alive and kicking either, but if it weren't for the big guy. We would have been fine. Probably. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we beat the White Aeon like it was nothing, man. In retrospect, we should have thanked him when we had the chance at the doll studio. I mean, I guess technically he does save you at the end of Zero, but I didn't need saving. We were fine. I guess we could have gotten to. I wish we could have gotten to spend more time with him too. Don't worry about Rin. She's become a much stronger person in the last 6 months, and she's not alone anymore. I know she can make it through this. That's great to hear. Please give her our regards when she wakes up. Also, tell her to go meet her parents, man. I mean, maybe not yet. Kinda. Maybe now's not the time. But, like, soon. Automata's logic circuits were not originally designed with autonomous functionality in mind. Perhaps through his time with Rin, he had acquired something akin to a soul. I've been a doll maker for decades, but I still have much to learn. Though tragic, what happened today may be for the best. There was once a time when Rin couldn't properly process the feeling of loss, but now, for her, everything begins anew. I mean, it is kind of like the last vestige of her, like, connection to the society. Do you say anything? The Azure tree. Its appearance may have more ramifications than even the Libra arc that appeared in Labril. Be careful, everyone. Well, I think that's a good place to stop. We're at like, what, like an hour 10-ish minutes, I want to say? Hour 20-ish minutes? I can't remember. Yeah, next time we'll probably hit up like Amorica, the gates, Fishy Place, any other outlying areas, and then we'll hit up the city. I'll probably maybe just try and go super long and do like a 2-hour video or something, 90-minute plus, just talking to everyone so that we can go to the Azure tree 2 videos after that. I don't really want to have 3 videos that are just talking to people in a row. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.